Sorry, everyone. Wrong bride tonight. The woman carrying my baby is her.
What kind of sick joke is this?
Not a joke. You're the one who needs to step off.
You really thought a scholarship and a white dress could get you into the Vaughn family?
We were engaged for 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years. I pretended long enough. And your mom's medical fund? One call, it's gone.
Lucas.
Girls like you should learn their place.
Let her crawl out with some dignity, babe.
She doesn't need to leave.
Father.
Marry me.
Are you out of your mind?
What did you say?
Be quiet. I'll pay every cent of your mother's treatment. And everyone who humiliated you tonight, I'll make them kneel.
I accept.
The marriage is legally binding. NDA, public appearance obligations, financial terms, everything is here.
2 years?
Renewable, terminable, on my terms.
So am I a wife or a line item?
As of today, you are Alexander Vaughn's legal wife. That title will keep you alive.
My mother's hospital?
Paid, and her medical team has been upgraded.
You always move this fast?
I don't waste time. The family dinner invitation. Delivered for tonight.
The manor, where Lucas grew up? At least tell me what I'm walking into.
A family that thought you'd be marrying their son yesterday.
Welcome, Ivy. Future daughter-in-law yesterday, lady of the house today. Efficient.
She's always been good at adapting.
Sit.
New arrivals should learn from the far end.
Who told you to move her seat?
Mrs. Vaughn said...
Ivy sits here.
You're seating her beside you? In my mother's seat?
Alexander, he's upset.
Then he can learn control.
She was my fiancé!
Correction. From today on, she is your mother in name.
You're humiliating me!
He's not humiliating you, Lucas. You already did that yourself.
That brooch, where did you get it?
I gave it to her.
That should never be on her. Don't move, Mrs. Vonder. This couture can't survive heavy breathing.
Who is this girl? I've never seen her.
Give it to me.
She looks like me.
You shouldn't be going through this room.
What should I do then? Keep playing the quiet replacement ornament?
Tonight, play your role.
So you finally noticed?
Noticed what?
You're just a substitute.
For who?
Ask your husband, if he's willing to tell you.
Oh my God, my hand slipped. Really? Your aim was impressive. This is what happens when a poor girl wears couture.
Don't be hard on her. Some fabrics are new to certain people.
I just thought the smell of wine might remind her where she came from. Waiting tables.
Done?
No. Now it's my turn. Who invited her?
Selena is Lucas's guest.
Terminate every deal with Grant Holdings. Effective tonight.
You can't destroy my family over a glass of wine.
I'm not destroying your family. I'm destroying your luck for not knowing when to shut up.
Grant Holdings is dead.
You didn't have to do that.
When my wife is insulted, I find it necessary.
Sir, it's already online.
They're digging up my college papers and twisting everything.
This isn't gossip. It's a campaign.
I'm not doing any public appearances today.
You're going to the board meeting.
I'm trending as a gold-digging fraud.
Exactly why you need to be seen. Hiding looks like guilt.
I'm not your trophy for a power play.
Then stop behaving like one.
3 board members are planning to use this scandal to force him to give up power.
So I'm not the real target.
You were never just yourself, Ivy. You're the easiest point to strike beside me now.
If I walk in there, I'll be their punchline.
Wrong. You'll sit beside power.
This isn't a spouse luncheon, Alexander. A scandal-soaked woman has no place in company matters.
Anyone opposing her can oppose the Foundation restructuring too.
You're threatening us with the Foundation?
Do you understand compliance or just how to marry up?
I understand one thing.
This charitable disparagement has the exact same rounding anomaly 7 years in a row. Fraud this lazy usually depends on everyone else being lazy too.
Who exactly are you accusing?
Whoever got nervous.
An outsider doesn't get to touch Vaughn money.
She's not an outsider. She's my wife.
Mrs. Vaughn, be careful, because you look far too much like Miss Evelyn. Evelyn.
Who is Evelyn?
Alexander's late brother's daughter. She vanished 20 years ago.
Vanished?
Shortly after the car crash, the family never speaks of it.
You're saying I look like that child?
Some questions become more dangerous the closer they get to truth.
How much do you know?
I know curiosity is expensive for poor girls.
What are you afraid I'll find out?
That you'll mistake yourself for someone important.
So you asked anyway.
You knew I would ask. So did you marry me to save me, or because of her?
You won't like the answer I have right now.
You've gotten thinner, sweetheart.
I'm fine. How do you feel today?
Don't lie to me. Your eyes are swollen.
We can move her to the new protocol, but it's extremely expensive. Start today.
What are you doing here?
Your mother needs the best team. Now she has it.
You don't have to handle everything like a hostile knock-over.
I don't handle loss well.
You investigated me, didn't you?
I know you worked 3 jobs at 17. I know you never let your mother see the overdue bills.
And still you make me guess your motive.
Tonight, you don't have to guess. You just rest.
Feeling cared for? Don't rush it. I know he didn't marry you because he loves you. He had your file long before I brought you home.
You're lying.
When I wanted to make us official, he shut it down.
Why?
Because from the start, you were never meant for me.
You knew about me before Lucas did?
Yes.
And you stopped him from marrying me?
Yes.
So that night wasn't some heroic impulse. You were collecting a piece you'd been watching.
It's more complicated than that.
That's what I hate most about men like you. You package damage as complexity. Fine. I'll find out myself. I want into the Foundation.
Why?
Because everyone thinks I'm decorative. Decorative things don't see ledgers.
She learns quickly.
You've run the Foundation for years. You must love transparency.
Transparency and insolence are not the same.
You'll become a target.
Already am.
Mrs. Vaughn, full access requires board authorization.
She has it.
You're handing the keys to an outsider.
No. I'm taking them back from the wrong one.
Anonymous support payment? It ran for 20 years?
Probably an old project artifact.
Same day every year, same amount, sent to a boarding school that shut down years ago? That's not an artifact.
We shouldn't have come in person.
Someone spent 20 years hiding a name. I'm obviously coming.
School's been closed 8 years. Most records are gone.
But the money never stopped.
Who gave you that?
All the names on the back were scratched off.
Someone was erasing a life.
Not her. Keep looking. This wasn't support, it was a search.
Who was he searching for? Evelyn or girls who looked like her?
You need to leave. Now!
Someone's here.
Is this you trying to secure the marriage with a pregnancy?
I was there with my mother.
Pity. The public believes what it sees.
The board is requesting a review of Mrs. Vaughn's marital eligibility and intent.
Intent? When Lucas paraded a pregnant mistress into our engagement party, did you review his intent?
Hospital surveillance, reporter list, leak trail.
You suspect your own hospital?
I don't suspect. I confirm.
They want to turn me into the next Selena.
Selena forged pregnancy records. You didn't.
So what? I keep taking hits while you finish your chessboard?
No. You decide how to hit back. I'll handle the consequences.
Mrs. Vaughn, are you faking pregnancy rumors to secure inheritance? No.
And why were you at an OBGYN clinic?
Because my mother was there for complication consults. I won't publish her records, but I will prosecute whoever leaked them. And since everyone's so invested in test results, let's discuss the criminal cost of forging them too. She's talking about me.
Are you alleging someone forged medical records?
I'm not alleging. I'm auditing.
She's sharper than we thought.
Aren't you afraid of dragging the whole family down? If a family can only stand by fraud and humiliating women, it deserves to fall. The crash date, the account start date, Evelyn's disappearance, they all sit in the same week.
Sometimes coincidence is coincidence.
And sometimes it's a murder schedule. There was a will amendment scheduled the day before the crash. Victoria was already in the inner circle back then, wasn't she?
Yes.
Lucas's birth timing also lines up with the inheritance shift.
You move fast.
And you? Were you too slow, or do you know too much?
I know it wasn't an ordinary accident.
So you've been hiding this from me.
I won't push you onto the firing line without full proof.
If that child is still alive. Tell me everything. Now.
You are not Evelyn.
I know. Keep going.
But you look too much like her. Years ago, when Alexander first saw your file, he became suspicious.
So he watched me, let me date Lucas, then pulled me in to flesh out the real enemy.
He also saved you.
Saving me doesn't buy the right to use me.
Ivy.
Don't.
I did approach you with a purpose.
There it is.
But marrying you that night wasn't just strategy.
You should have said that before the wedding. From tonight on, we only have the contract.
No. No way. You tell me what this is.
You ran a test behind my back?
Because he's never treated me like a son! Now I know why!
Some results aren't always reliable.
You're lying. You've lied to me my whole life.
I was protecting everything you had.
Then whose son am I? Look at this!
Lucas.
We were both just pieces on their board!
Where is the file?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Evelyn's file.
You grabbed the wrong woman.
No. You're exactly right. He'll lose his mind over you.
Sir, Mrs. Vaughn has been taken.
Lock down the city. Deploy private security. I'll call the police myself.
The meeting isn't over.
Then it is now.
If you want the file this badly, that means you never got it. So whoever sent you isn't nearly as powerful as you think.
Let her go.
Alexander, I was also...
From today on, I'm done showing mercy to anyone.
Now you let me see all this?
From now on, there's nothing you're barred from.
Because I almost died?
Because I made a mistake.
You actually admit that.
I thought controlling information would protect you. It only left you standing alone in the line of fire.
One apology doesn't erase what happened.
I know. But if you're willing, from this point on, we move together. There's a finance chain, legal chain, media chain. She built it over 20 years.
Then we dismantle 20 years. This date, right around Lucas's birth.
That's the next blade.
Hospital records vanished, the will got delayed, and trust beneficiaries changed all in one night.
That night was irregular.
Not a regulator. Designed.
And one nurse quit the next day and vanished.
She was paid.
You knew?
I only knew pieces back then. The full picture came later.
Then Lucas may be more than just not Alexander's biological son.
He may not even be Victoria's biological child.
This isn't a bloodline mismatch, it's a full inheritance switch.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I've just been nauseous. No. Or... God. No. Not now.
Ivy, you're shaking.
Mom, what if a woman finally starts taking control of her life, and then suddenly she's pregnant?
Then the baby isn't a punishment.
But this family will turn it into a bargaining chip.
Then decide what you want first. Don't let them decide before you do.
I haven't told Alexander.
I hear you haven't been feeling well.
Your news travels fast.
If you really are pregnant, congratulations. You're about to become very interesting to a lot of people. Especially me.
I haven't even said it. And they already know.
The anonymous DNA report leaked. Stock starting to shake.
They dumped my pregnancy and Lucas's paternity together.
It's a precision detonation.
Do we deny now or wait?
If we deny immediately, we stabilize the surface but lose the leak source.
If we don't, they'll rip me and this baby apart.
Then this time, you don't carry it alone.
Mrs. Vaughn! Is the baby a move for inheritance? I hate that they get to say that.
Then let us define it.
Us?
This time, we go public together.
Why take over the foundation in the middle of a pregnancy scandal?
Because someone turned charity into money laundering.
That's an outrageous accusation!
In the last 5 years, the foundation moved multiple illegal transfers. Several beneficiaries tie back to members of this board.
You naming Victoria Vaughn?
I'm naming anyone who used patience and charity to hide dirty money.
Public sentiment is turning.
I'm not standing here because I'm someone's wife or because I'm carrying someone's child. I'm standing here because someone thought I'd be afraid.
Selena's been taken in by the police.
I want to see Lucas!
You're going to dump everything on me.
You always liked being center stage.
I admit the pregnancy tests were fake. Keep going. Victoria told me to get close to Lucas. She promised me status, money, press if I pushed you out. The engagement party too? She wanted Lucas to ruin you publicly. She said a humiliated woman is easiest to control.
You're lying.
Don't play innocent! You knew I was fake, and you still signed the foundation diversions! I'm not stupid. This is Victoria talking about the accident in her own voice. Why keep this? Because I knew this family would never give me a title, only a grave.
If the crash wasn't clean enough, then change the will first.
That alone could bury her.
Not enough.
She referenced the crash.
Court needs a chain, not a dramatic moment.
The recording cuts off. The key names are missing.
Then we get the last link.
Victoria had help from a senior board member and outside counsel. The offshore trail connects too.
The real Evelyn may have been shipped overseas.
Lucas grew up on half-truths.
I need to see Ivy. I'm willing to testify, but you have to save me first. My signature's on all of it. Foundation diversions, trust transfers, media buys, I touched them.
You weren't forced. You chose it later.
Yes, I wanted to win.
You wanted to win, so you buried me alive at our engagement party?
I know.
Testifying isn't redemption. It's damage control.
Call it what you want. Victoria's planning to strike first at the annual gala.
Your condition.
Don't let me die like one.
What you want is legal protection, not my forgiveness.
I know.
This fills the diversion and trust trail.
One more thing. She starts cleaning house tonight, including me.
Once we go public tomorrow, there's no walking back.
I never planned to.
Then let's clear the last thing too. Did you use me first or love me first?
At first, I approached you for the investigation.
Go on.
But the moment I chose to marry you, it stopped being just strategy.
That's not a comforting answer.
I don't have a comforting answer. I only have the true one.
I hate being a substitute, a tool, something expendable.
You were never expendable.
This name, wasn't she supposed to be dead?
Tonight should have been about family honor. Instead, some people brought marriage, pregnancy, and scandal into this room.
Beautifully said. Let's start with the scandals.
Those were paid hits.
What the hell is this?
The fake pregnancy was real. The laundering was real. The trust transfers were real. And so was using media to hunt women.
I signed the papers.
You useless boy! No. You trained everyone here to become tools.
You think carrying a baby secures your seat?
I never used a child to secure anything. I use evidence.
We're not done. Lucas Vaughn has no biological relationship to me.
Forgery! This is forged!
Also attached, hospital switch records, will tampering timeline, and trust manipulation chain. Jesus Christ.
Even if Lucas isn't your blood, he was raised in this family.
And to install a child from your camp, you forged bloodlines, engineered a crash, and buried a missing child.
Mrs. Vaughn, you need to come with us.
None of you are walking away clean!
You wouldn't even tell me who I am. As of tonight,
Lucas is stripped of succession rights. The board is resubstructured. The trusts are rewritten.
The old order ends here.
Do you love me? Or just hate losing your favorite piece?
At first, it was a deal.
And then?
Then I lost control, step by step, earlier than I ever admitted.
You almost turned me into the person you feared losing most, and told me the truth last.
I know. So this time, you decide. The marriage, the baby, me, you decide.
Don't sell your heart just to survive.
I won't be anyone's substitute again.
You never were.
You won.
No. You lost to yourselves.
As of today, the Foundation goes under independent audit and transparent governance. Show out everyone who no longer belongs in this house.